Hello students, today we are going to start a very important topic of organic chemistry, which is in short called as GOC, or we call it General Organic Chemistry. So in this topic we will be discussing the various mechanism parts of the organic reactions, which are very important for us, and on the basis of this topic, number of questions are asked in all the competitive exams, in JEE, in NEET, as well as in board exams directly on the direct concepts of this GOC and on the basis of its application. Application we will be doing in the whole of organic chemistry. The application part is there, and direct questions are also asked on the basis of this topic. So it is very important topic and we are going to start today. So first of all, we are starting with the topic bond fission. So as we know that if anyone asks us what is a chemical reaction, how we will define a chemical reaction? Yes, can you give me the answer? What is a chemical reaction? Yes, very good. So chemical reaction can be called as a process of breaking and making of bonds. In a chemical reaction, we are doing two basic things. First of all, we are breaking the bonds, and secondly, we are making the bonds. Formation of bonds is taking place. So, out of these two steps, the first step is breaking of bond, which we are calling it as bond fission. So, fission means breaking of bonds. We are going to break the bonds. Now, we know that in the chemical bond, what is a chemical bond? Again, one more question. So we say chemical bond is a force of attraction. Whichever chemical bond we have, that is a force of attraction between the atoms which are bonded together. So if we want to break the bond, means we want to break that force of attraction which was there between the bonded atoms. So in order to break the bond, in order to break that force of attraction, we have to supply certain amount of energy, and that energy is called as bond energy. So in the organic chemistry, we know that we have types of chemical bonds. In the chapter of chemical bonding, we have done all these things: covalent bond, ionic bond, coordinate bond. But in the case of organic chemistry, the bond which is present is covalent bond, because in the organic chemistry it is the compound of carbon atom, and we know that carbon makes covalent bonds by the sharing of electrons. It has made 4 covalent bonds by sharing 4 of its electrons. So we are going to break the covalent bond, and covalent bond is the bond which is formed by sharing of electrons. So suppose in any given organic compound, this carbon has made 4 single covalent bonds with some atoms, like I am calling those atoms as A. It may be any atom with which carbon is bonded covalently. So carbon has made 4 single covalent bonds with the 4 atoms, which we are calling it as A. And we want to break this bond. Breaking of bond means the sharing of electron pair is now over. That is the thing. So if we want to over the sharing of electrons between carbon and this atom, then we can say there are 2 possible methods to do so. And those 2 possible methods we are calling as homolytic fission, and second method we will be calling as heterolytic fission. So homolytic and heterolytic, these are the 2 types of bond fission which we are going to have in the case of organic compounds. What is the meaning of homolytic and heterolytic? So in the homolytic bond fission, we will say that when these 2 atoms are going to break their bonds, they will take their own electrons and will separate from each other. Means in the homolytic bond fission, the equal distribution of the shared electron pair will take place. There was one electron from the side of carbon, one electron from the side of this atom in order to make this bond. Now they want to separate from each other. We want to break the bond between the carbon and this atom. So we are doing in such a manner that carbon will get its own electron, this atom will get its own electron, and they will be separated from each other. So this type of bond fission will be called as homolytic bond fission. Whereas in the heterolytic bond fission, what will happen? It will be like that either carbon is gainer of this electron pair. In this fission of bond, carbon is getting electron from this atom, it is gainer, or this atom is going to be the gainer of electron, it will be take the electron of carbon. So in the heterolytic bond fission, this shared pair of electron will be distributed unequally. It will not be distributed equally. So if we are distributing this pair of electron, shared pair of electron unequally, then there are two possibilities. Either carbon is going to gainer or this atom is going to be gainer of electron. So in the heterolytic bond fission, there may be two possibilities with respect to carbon. Either it will be gainer or it will be loser. So that we are going to show like this, that if we are going to break the bond homolytically, then carbon and atom bonded with it are getting their own electrons, and in this way they will be separated from each other. Carbon is getting its own electron, this atom is getting its own electron, and now they are separated from each other. And now in place of this cross which we showed for the electron of carbon, we are putting a symbol of dot only. We are replacing it by the symbol of dot, because now this part which is formed by the breaking of homolytic bond fission will be called as reaction intermediates. So when the bonds will be broken, they will be separated from each other, and these separated parts are called as reaction intermediates, and these intermediates will make the bonds, and we will get the products from there. So different type of reaction intermediates are formed due to bond fission. So in the homolytic bond fission, the intermediates which are formed, they are called as free radicals. We call them free radicals. And the symbol to show the free radical is putting a single dot over that intermediate. So that is why in place of putting cross, I have placed this dot over carbon. So this dot is showing that it is an intermediate, free radical intermediate. So a symbol of free radical intermediate is putting a single dot on that intermediate. In case of heterolytic bond fission, now there are two possibilities. Either carbon is going to be gainer, it will be taking the electron from the bonded atom. The bond will break in such a manner that carbon is going to be gainer, or secondly, carbon is going to be the loser of its electron pair. So there are two possibilities when we are having heterolytic bond fission with respect to carbon. So now what will happen? After bond fission, they will be separated from each other, and this part which will be formed as intermediate will carry negative charge. It is simple thing for us. And this part, another part, will be carrying positive charge on it because it is loser and it is gainer of electron. Here there is no charge in the case of homolytic bond fission because both of those atoms were getting their own electrons. None of them was gainer or loser. So there is no question of putting plus sign or minus sign. But here carbon is gainer, this atom is loser, so it is going to have negative charged and it is going to have positively charged. Similarly, in this type of bond fission, carbon is going to be loser, so it will carry positive charge and another part will get the negative charge. So in the heterolytic bond fission, the intermediates which are formed will be ionic species. They will be positively and negatively charged species. Now we are much interested with the carbon intermediates. So when the carbon is carrying negatively charged, we will call it carbanion. Carbanion intermediate. Carbon negatively charged intermediates are called as carbanion intermediates, whereas positively charged carbon intermediate will be called as carbonium ion. We will call them carbonium ion, or we can call them carbocation intermediates. Carbonium or carbocation. So these are the intermediates which will be formed after the homolytic and heterolytic bond fissions. Okay.